In 1,000 feet, turn right onto State Route 612.
Alright guys, we are going to check out a Honda XR650R. I normally don't go this far to get a bike, but it's hard to find an XR650R.
Turn right onto State Route 612.
So it's an 05 model, and we're going to check it out and see what kind of condition it's in.
In a quarter mile, turn left to stay on State Route 612.
Duke. John. Yeah, let's pack it out. And I know they didn't come with a Speedo, did they?
No, this is aftermarket stuff here.
I didn't know the hubs had been set up to hold one, or if he had to.
I'm not even sure for real. My brother got it from his boss man. They're like it's a whole family of dirt bike riders. You know what I mean? And they had it in Wyoming, but they got KTM stuff and.
Yeah, a lot of people have switched over to the KTMs and 450s coming out. You know this.
Yeah, they brought I think it was a KTM 500. Brought it up here for us to clean the carburetor on it, and man, that's a big ass bike for real.
Yeah, they are.
Man, this is a big ass bike here for real. I know.
I don't want to be kicking that thing with tennis shoes on.
Hey, I learned the hard way last couple. I started a couple times, and both times it fucking got me. Well,
you walk me through what you do.
all right. I don't know. I just got it started. I just successfully started it yesterday without a bunch of bullshit. He had to come out here and show me, but. I mean, we kick it till it's tight, you know what I mean? And pull the lever and push down just a hair and then come back up and kick it. That's what I was told to do.
I had an old 500 that didn't have the compression release.
Yeah.
And it'd just throw you off of it.
Man, that thing, I took it for a ride yesterday and I started it and didn't put the kickback in there, and that thing kicked back and hit me today. What's up?
Put enough ass in it.
Right, yeah, I don't know about the idle stuff, because like I said, I had the carburetor apart and cleaned it.
Haha. Where can I ride here?
You can take it down the road if you want. I mean, I haven't seen a cop out here in probably a month. You know what I mean? I don't. It's fine by me if it's all up to you.
That steering is got some pretty good catches in it.
I don't know nothing about them. They scares the shit out of me for real. I had like we had a crotch rock here not long ago that was was used for drag racing and put tags on it and rode in. This thing here is scarier than that for sure.
You care to grab that wood block for me? You said that he'd get me the title, right?
Yeah, if you leave the address where we'll get the title. My brother's boss man, he lives right down the road. They moved down here from Wyoming like probably 15 years ago or something like that, and they just can't. He's supposed to file and get a copy sent or whatever, or get a duplicate.
So it's still in his name?
Yeah. Yep.
And your brother's or his boss's?
It's in his boss's name.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be too much hassle or whatever with it.
Because I'm going to put it on the street too, so I'm going to have the title for it too.
Tell you what, man, the first time I rode it, like it gave me a whole new outlook on the guys that race these things, man. They got.
Oh yeah, they're nuts.
Yeah, you got to be. I was scared to open it up on the street out here yesterday because the road was wet and I didn't know if it'd break loose or what it would do. I don't know. It's just.
Oh, the guys that race like pro motocross and supercross.
Yeah.
Back in the early '90s, I had a KX250, which I'm restoring one now,
Yeah,
and
on the YouTube channel last night.
I went riding with a West Virginia boy, Steve Childress, that was top 10 East Coast 125, and we went down to his track, and they had a downhill, just a brush pile at the bottom, no berm. You come back up, and there was a cutout, so it was a step, and you couldn't even make it like a straight line. You'd hit the bank.
Right.
You'd hit the hill before you topped it. And he's like, why don't you jump that? And I'm like, I can't jump that. So he took that little 125 and screamed down that hill, hit the bottom, come around, and as he left that, he just threw the bike sideways. He cleared that lip about that much with his foot peg, and as he come over, he set it up straight and was like, I was like, ah, damn.
I can't do it.
I was like, hey, have fun with that.
The only way I do something like that is if I done fucked up and it's an accident.
Yeah, if you didn't mean to, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, I might.
We just had a buddy of ours. He cracked I don't know, 3 ribs, I think, on playing with a KTM. Somebody's that he had no business on. You know what I mean? Dude was working on this Harley, and this is like the only local guy I know of that will jump shit. And you know what I mean? And it's like rides for real. And our buddy got on his KTM and went over the handlebar somewhere out there, cracked his ribs and all kind of stuff.
It's not hard to do.
Yeah, that's some serious shit.
I've broke my back and 2 ribs.
Damn. Yeah, we was just talking about it yesterday, right before you messaged me, and him was talking about that. And we was like, man, you sell this thing to the wrong person, man. It's like I had no idea. It's like a crotch rocket with mud tires on it. I mean, it's something to get killed on.
Now, he hadn't done anything to the motor as far as like cam or anything like that.
As far as I know, it's all stock, and they're like they don't even work on their own stuff. So it hasn't been like them hillbilly mechanic.
I hear you. All right, so we got it home, got it running, rode it a little bit. The steering stem bearings are shot, so it was a challenge to even turn the thing. Tires were inflated to about 35 psi, which made it even better. Valves need adjusted, definitely, desperately, and I'm not sure what all needs done with the carburetor to get this thing where it's running right. She'll still pull up in first and second, but she's not running the way she should. So we're going to take a break from the KX motor for a little bit and play with the new toy. Crazy because on the other bikes everything's 8mm, some 10. This is all 12s and 10s. And maybe when I'm not so geeked out excited about having a new toy that I've always wanted, I'll actually get this garage cleaned up enough to have some decent room to work on it. She's definitely got some old fuel in her too that we're going to have to get rid of. Oh! She's off, but she's not stopping. Alright, so we got the valves adjusted. It's running a lot better. Got the old gas out of it. But it's running extremely hot real quick. So I'm thinking that it's lean. It's also popping on deceleration. So I think our low jet or idle jet is lean, and maybe even the main. Obviously we know that the kickstand is, I don't know what it's off of, but it's not appropriate for this bike. They've added a piece to it, which is an adaptation, but it's still not long enough. We've already ordered some triple clamp bearings because, well, it feels like you're running up and down a washboard. So that's got to be fixed. Check and see what kind of jets are in this Mikuni, because they've obviously added an aftermarket slip-on. The headers are stock, which I would love to change out, but we'll just go through the basics, get it running, get our fluids changed, and start from there. One thing I have not seen before that I thought was pretty cool was wheel weights on a dirt bike, because I know this can be rode on the road and speeds up close to 100 miles an hour with this bike. But yeah, they've done some weighting on the bike. I'm not sure they're right anymore, but we'll check all that. Get the axles greased up. Alright, so the fuel petcock was leaking through on this thing, and it's $65 to replace it. Most of these petcocks, they've got your cover, your valve, a little spring, well, washer, and then here's your wave spring, is what I call it. That's just to keep tension. Now, a lot of these have a couple O-rings, and all it is a chamber. This one actually has a four-way, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's been tore up there and there, and that was what was causing the leak through, that this was destroyed. So there's not much to them. This kit right here costs $15, which is a whole lot better than $65, and it also has these bolts in it, which we won't need, the weight spring, and it kit is for a couple different models, but it's got the washer for in here, which we don't need for this rebuild, so we'll keep those parts for later on. We will go ahead and use the new screws. So all we've got to do is take that, put it back down in there. That gives us all new O-rings all the way around it. And they did not send, yeah, there it is. They did send a new wave spring and a new washer. This one was plastic also, so we'll go ahead and trade those parts out. The only thing you've got to make sure of is, you see how this is notched around this end, and you've got a notch here, so that needs to be turned actually this way so that that can follow the path of that. For our wave spring, our washer on. Kind of work these down together. Now we're in the off position. We've got fuel over on this side of the tank now and no leak. So $15 for a rebuild kit versus $65 to replace it. And it took us, what, 3 minutes? So I had a pretty interesting little chart, came from Rocky Mountain ATV with the rear tire. So apparently the Kenda Trackmaster 2 rear tire is a 68, which has a load rating of 694 pounds, 314 kilograms, and a speed rating of M, which is 81 miles per hour. If you guys know any other tires that are comparable DOT that would be H rated, let me know. There you go. Alright, so we're just getting her back in running condition. We'll do a full tear down this winter and dress it up, but we will be getting new handlebars. These are a little bent. And just dressing up all the stuff that's been wrong with it. But for right now, we just want to fix the major issues. The steering stem was a major issue. It was not really safe to drive like that. The tires were horrible. And it just wanted to walk all over the place. Front end is back together, lubed up, turns easy. We'll get the chain adjusters out, cleaned, put back in, get the rear tire on, and then we're just waiting for the jets for the carburetor to show up.